Hello students, Icse has further reduced the syllabus. So in this video I'm going to tell you how to find out the reduced syllabus and going to discuss the computer application syllabus just now, the reduced one. Alright, so we go to Google and type the CISE. So you will find the site over there and alright, and then after that we'll get the site here. Now we press this. Now we go to the site here, cisc.org is there. Alright, there is a URL for that. After that we go to the publication. Okay, publication is there, right? So when we click publication, now you can see here that there is a title written further reduced syllabus for ICSE class 10 and ISC, that is class 12, for the year 2021 or 2021. All right, now we go to the class 10th publication for the reduced syllabus here. Now, as I told you that I'm going to discuss computer application reduced syllabus, so I'll discuss that, but here you can see all the syllabus, all the subjects are listed here. For these subjects, the syllabus has been further reduced. So I'm just going to click computer application just now, and you find the syllabus here. Now there will be one written paper of 2 hours, duration carrying 100 marks, and internal assessment of 100 marks. The paper will be divided into two sections, A and B, that is as usual. Section A is compulsory, and here 40 marks will consist of compulsory short answers, questions covering the entire syllabus. Now students, after that, section B, that is of 60 marks, will consist of questions which will give detailed answers. There will be a choice of questions in this section. All right. Now students, here revision of 9th syllabus, we have got introduction to object oriented programming concepts, elementary concepts of objects and classes, values and data types, operators in Java, input in Java, mathematical library methods, conditional constructs in Java, iterative constructs in Java, nested for loop. So up to for loop. Okay, the revision of 9th class is there, or standard 9th is there. After that, now this is for the new things which are going to be discussed in class 10th. And now class as the basis of all computations. All right, so in this, objects and classes, what is there? Objects encapsulate state and behavior, numerous examples, member variables, attributes or features, variable define state, then member methods, operations methods, means operations oblique methods oblique messages oblique methods. That means all these names are referring to one thing, that is function or method. All right, and that is meant for behavior. All right, now after that, students, they have got classes as abstraction for a set of objects, class as an object factory, very important question. Primitive data types, composite data types, means different types of data types. All right, variable declaration for both the types, difference between the two types objects as instance of the class. So when they say the difference between the two types, that means primitive and non-primitive, and here objects as instance of the class. All right, now consider real life example. That's very important. To get a better idea of these concepts, always go for the real world examples. That is basically the charm of the object oriented programming. All right, for explaining the concepts of class and objects. All right, now after that, students, we have got user defined methods, need of methods, why the method or function, basically method means functions, why the method is required, syntax of methods, forms of methods, method definition, method calling, method overloading. All right, see the polymorphism is there. Okay, declaration of methods. All right, now ways to define a method, ways to invoke a method, which they are calling here method calling. All right, method definition, ways to define a method. Call by value with programs, please notice this thing, right? And call by reference only definition with an example. So here for call by value you will have program, and call by reference, only definition with an example. All right, so that you could have a better understanding of the concept. That's why they are saying definition with one example. All right, students. After that, the object, we go to this side here, object creation here, invoking the methods with respect to use multiple methods. Okay, multiple methods with different uh, names to implement the modular programming. Okay, multiple methods with different names means in one program or in one class you will have different methods, means more than one methods with different name to implement the modular programming. Okay, functions are also known as modules. All right, using data members and member methods. Okay, actual parameters, formal parameters, very important concept, and definition is very important. Declaration of methods, static and non-static. This is a very important concept. Very often a student thinks it's a bit difficult, but I will say it's a bit different, but it is quite useful. All right, so static and non-static, method prototype or method signature, pure and impure function, very important for definitions to understand the concept in a better way. Pass by value with programs. Again, you just notice this thing, pass by value with programs. All right, and pass by reference, only definition with an example. So call by value with program and call by reference, only definition with an example. Okay, so after that, returning values from the method. Returning from the method is, students, very important concept. Okay, use of multiple methods, more than one method with the same name, right? And this is polymorphism, which I have already told you, and method overloading. All right, after that, students, we have constructors, uh, definition of constructor, characteristics, types of constructor, use of constructors, constructor overloading. All right, default constructor, parameterized constructor, constructor overloading. Right, and a student's constructor is also like method. It is a method but without any return type, and it is called just once. So don't get confused between the method and the constructor. So understand the difference, that's quite important. And types of constructors: default constructor, parameterized constructor, constructor overloading. Difference between the constructor and method, that's what I was just telling you. Okay, now after that, students, library classes, introduction to wrapper classes, methods of wrapper classes and their usage with respect to numeric and character data types. Autoboxing and unboxing in the wrapper classes. Classes as a composite type, distinction between primitive data type and composite data type, or class types. Class may be considered as a new data type created by the user that has its own functionality. All right, distinction between primitive and composite types should be discussed through example. Show how classes allow user defined types in programs. All primitive types have corresponding class wrappers, introducing autoboxing and unboxing with their definitions and simple examples. All right, so students, when they talk about this wrappers, that means you have to be clear about primitive data types, and then we'll discuss the class and then wrapper class. All right, and what is the connection between the primitive types and the wrapper classes? Quite important. After that, students, the following methods are to be covered. The parse string s, long parse long, parse float, then double parse double, and in the bracket you can see everywhere a string argument is there, because the string is converted to int through parse int, to long through parse long, to float through parse float, and to double through parse double. All right, boolean is digit, that is also there. Now here you can see boolean is digit, just to check whether the character which you have entered is a digit or not. Then char ch, here boolean is letter, so this character ch will be validated whether it is a letter or alphabet or not. All right, after that, students, some more functions. Boolean is letter or digit, Boolean is lower case, Boolean is uppercase, Boolean is wide space, Boolean, two lower, two upper. So wherever it is written is, that means they are just checking, so the return type is Boolean. Wherever there is two, like two lower, two upper, so they are converting here one character to the other form. Means if there is uppercase character, that is an uppercase character, that will be converted to lowercase. If there is the lowercase character, then it will be converted to the uppercase. Alright students, so quite important these methods are. Then we have got the chapter array, definitions of the array, types of array, declaration, initialization of and accepting data of single dimensional array, accessing the elements of single dimensional array, right? So arrays and their uses, that is sorting techniques are there. Bubble sort is there, search technique is there, then linear search, array as a composite type, length statement to find the size of the array, sorting and searching techniques using single dimensional array. So students, here they have not mentioned the 2D array, remember that. All right, so single dimensional array with the searching and sorting techniques. Which sorting techniques? Bubble sort is there, all right, and searching, what is there? Linear search. So binary search is not there, and here the selection sort is not there, right? It's been removed. Okay, and 2D array is also not there, so they have very clearly mentioned sorting and searching techniques using single dimensional array. All right, string handling, string class, methods of string class. The following string class methods are to be covered. String trim is there, string to lowercase, string to uppercase, int length, char at, int index of, then function int last index of, string concat, boolean equals ignore case, int compare to ignore case, string replace, substring, then string substring, n index, boolean starts with, boolean ends with, string value of, only syntax, purpose, working examples with the output. All right, so syntax, purpose and working examples with the output. These three things keep in mind while studying this chapter and these functions. All right, so that was the syllabus for the theory exam, and it is pretty less student. Now this syllabus, if you just pay a little bit attention to computer application and you practice the programs and concept properly, 100 marks this time for sure everybody can get. Everybody, I can assure that. All right, and I'll be giving you more details, and things are already there on my channel, so please do subscribe my channel. Just press the subscribe button and don't forget to press the bell icon, because you'll be getting the notification for all the updates on my channel. It will be a big help. So students, if you want to get full marks, get in touch with us. Keep sending your problems to us, right? It will be a big help to you. All right, now after that internal assessment, this segment of the syllabus is totally practical oriented. All right, the accent is on acquiring basic programming skills, right? Now and efficiently. So the accent is on acquiring basic programming skills quickly and efficiently. Programming assignments, the student should complete a minimum 15 laboratory assignments during the whole year to reinforce the concepts studied in the class. So basically, what does it mean? It simply means whatever the assignments you write, it must cover all the chapters which are there in the syllabus. So do it, students, systematically. All right, it's not like this, the very first program you are writing array, then somewhere you are writing loop, then you are going to the the fundamental or the very basic program in Java. So please be careful. It must be systematic. So first jot down on a piece of paper all the chapters, and in front of the chapter you write which program you are going to write in the project, all right, or in the this for the internal assessment. Students should complete a minimum of 15 laboratory assignments during the whole year to reinforce the concepts studied in class. Suggested list of assignments. The laboratory assignments will form the bulk of the course. Good assignments should have problems which require design, implementation, and testing. They should also embody one or more concepts that have been discussed in the theory class. A significant proportion of the time has to be spent in the laboratory. So students, in this time of COVID, so your computer and your room is basically where you are having your PC or the laptop at your home is basically your lab. So practice programs again and again. First write on a piece of paper or in the copy, and then write and execute the same program on the system. Then you will come to know where you are actually making the mistakes, all right, and very soon you will be quite skilled in testing and debugging your program. So that will take your programming skills to another level, all right. The teacher in charge should maintain a record of all the assignments done by students. So it's for the teachers throughout the year, and give it due credit at the time of cumulative evaluation at the end of the year, all right. Some sample problems are given below as example. The problems are of varying level of difficulty. User defined methods. Program depicting the concept of pure, impure, static, non-static methods. Very good. Then programs based on overloaded methods. Polymorphism, function overloading must be there, and programs involving data members, member methods, invoking the methods with respect to the object created. Means calling a function using the object. That's what they want. Okay. After that, students, constructors, programs based on different types of constructors mentioned in the scope of the syllabus. Means there is default, parameterize, all these types you have to cover. After that, students, programs outputs based on constructor overloading. Polymorphism is there, very very important, students. Means more than one constructor in a class. Okay. After that, library classes. Here output based on all the methods mentioned in the scope of the syllabus. Then programs to check whether a given character is an uppercase or lowercase or digit, etc. Okay. Then array programs based on accessing the elements of an array. Programs based on sorting techniques mentioned in the syllabus. Okay, in the scope of the syllabus. So program based on search techniques mentioned in the scope of the syllabus. Means which sorting technique they have mentioned? Bubble sort, and for searching they have got the linear search this time only. So you are lucky guys, very less syllabus, full marks guaranteed this time. Now after that, string handling. Outputs based on all the string methods mentioned in the scope of the syllabus. So string programs will be doing and that must implement all the methods of string. Okay. The list is indicative only. Teacher and student should use their imagination to create innovative and original assignments. So they have given you a basic idea of how things should be done. Rest you can decide and you can improve all these things, all right. And now evaluation for the teachers, it is mentioned here, right? So teachers can read that and there one very important thing is a variable description. So every program must have variable description, name of the variable, then second heading is or second column is of data type, purpose, description, right? Like you are doing a program of factorial, so you will be having a variable to store the number whose factorial is to be calculated, and then its data type, and then why it is declared, means to store the factorial to store the number whose factorial is to be calculated. Now here second you can specify a variable which is used as a loop variable, so its data type and the purpose, which is actually for use for the loop as a loop variable. Okay. Now the third one, to store the result, that is the factorial of the number, so that will be specified here, the data type and the purpose. That variable is stored is there to store the result of the factorial or to store the factorial, that's it. Okay. Does the program run on all simple inputs? So you have to try whatever the program you've written, that is give some standard inputs and see for all the inputs that is running correctly or not. Alright, evaluation of the practical work will be done as follows. Subject teacher, that is internal examiner 50 marks, external examiner 50 marks. The criteria you can see here, total 50 marks. So excellent. Class design 10 marks, variable description 10 marks, coding documentation 10 marks, and execution or output is there 20 marks. Alright, so this is the way things have to be done. So for excellent, there are, these are the marks, full marks. For good, 16 marks. For fair, 12 marks. For poor, 8 marks. So that is, they have given here the minimum 8 marks. Alright, for this. Okay, now after that, students, they have here an external examiner shall be nominated by the head of the school and all. So that is meant for the school. Your job is to do whatever is has been discussed in this video. Alright, read with your syllabus and how you have to design your assignment for the internal assessment, and then examiner 2 will assess your work. Alright, now very important detail here, right? Let me show it to you. Class design. Has a suitable class or classes been used? Are all attributes with the right kinds of data types or types present? Is encapsulation properly done? Is the interface properly designed? Then coding and documentation. Is the coding properly done? Then choice of names, no unconditional jumps, proper organization of condition, proper choice of loops, error handling, code layout. Is the documentation complete and readable? Class documentation, variable documentation, method documentation, constraints, known bugs, if any. Alright, so students, this detail I hope is going to be very useful for you all, right? So you have to plan things accordingly. Okay, here some details. There should be enough computer systems to provide for teaching schedule where at least 3/4 of a time available is used for programming and assignment practical work. Alright, then the course shall require at least 4 periods of 40 minutes duration per week. In 1 week out of 4 periods, the time should be divided as follows. 2 periods lecture come demonstration by the instructor, 2 periods assignments or practical work. The hardware and software platform should be such that students can comfortably develop and run programs on those machines. Right. So right now, students, you are having lab at home. I've already told you. So follow all these things. Okay. Teachers are doing their job, but you are the one actually need to cooperate a lot. Then definitely you can achieve your target of 100 marks. Right. Again, I'm telling you, syllabus is pretty less. Alright. So I hope everybody has the clear idea. Now they are talking about the software of this class 9th and 10th. Any suitable operating system can be used for teaching fundamental concepts of computing using object-oriented approach, BlueJ environment 3.2 or higher version. So that is freely available on the net. Please download it if you don't have. Alright, compatible with JDK 5.0 or higher version as the base, or any older editor or IDE compatible with the JDK 5.0 or higher version as the base may be used. Ensure that the latest versions of softwares are used. So I hope, students, this video is helpful to you. So please subscribe my channel in order to get 100 marks. We are always available to you. You can put your comment in the comment box. Alright, you can write to us. Thanks a lot. Please subscribe and share this.